Can I say something?
No, you were not enslaved, so it's not your history.
No, I said descendant of those people.
Why do you people all identify with all black people?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why you
Listen,
calling
man.
his name. You don't identify with him.
Yeah, I identify with that black Messiah. I sure do. But let me
See
say
there?
this to you.
That's what it's like.
Let me say this to
This
you.
is why you're blind and can't see. Let me go out to New York and talk to a first-time caller, Asmaram. Asmaram, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
How
My question
you?
is, why do you feel the need to kowtow to white supremacists?
And what do you mean?
You said, and I quote, you said exactly about slavery. Thank God and white people for slavery. That is something white supremacists would say. Why do you feel the need to kowtow to them?
And why is it that I'm kowtowing down to them by saying what I think about it?
You think slavery was a good thing?
Yes.
What? Why?
That's a good question. I think it was good in that those were the times, and it allowed us to be born in America, the greatest country on this side of heaven. We were allowed to be born here rather than sneaking across the borders or having to fill out an application and wait for years or take a test, which we would have never passed, by the way. But take a test, and so rather than and all cultures have been enslaved in one form or fashion or another, right? And so rather than wimping and whining and begging, especially blacks today who don't even know anything about slavery, they have freedom to do what they want. Instead of complaining, I would show my appreciation to the folks who died and sacrificed their lives that I might be born in the greatest country in the world. So even though slavery looked like it was a bad thing, it turned out to be good for us because we could be stuck in Africa somewhere.
But wait, why do you have to liken it to being on a crowded airplane? That's what you said about slave ships. Why do you have to trivialize it?
That's another good question. You know how when the slaves were coming over, and
yes,
they were like right down at the bottom of the boat there, and if you, I don't know if you ever been on an airplane. When you ride in the back of the plane, it's like riding on a slave ship. The seats are so close together, and they don't feed you anymore back there. I think they're changing that now, but they don't feed you. And you could be sitting next to fat people, people who are musty, haven't bathed or anything like that. And so what we did was we created a slave ship to send the blacks back who are complaining about this country rather than showing them, giving to the country. We created a slave ship, and it's the same type of ship that they came over here on, so that if they want to go back, we'll send them back.
But you do know at least half of the people on the slave ships end up dying because of starvation and disease and stuff like that. It's a little different than an average airplane, don't you think?
Well, nowadays it's possible to die on an airplane, but I do understand that, and that's the reason. And that's the reason that I'm living upright as a black American to show my appreciation to those folks who died on those ships that I might be here.
It's okay.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all?
No, it doesn't. But
so, is it better to show your appreciation or to complain the rest of your life?
I'm not a supporter of black people keep on complaining, but I'm saying when you
which is better, to show your appreciation or to complain?
Nobody's. I'm
asking you a question. I'm not saying you are. Which is better, to show your appreciation or to complain?
I'm not going to appreciate slavery. No.
And why not?
Because millions of your ancestors, not mine. I'm an immigrant. But millions of your ancestors.
Where are you from?
Well, I mean, I grew up here, but I was born in Africa.
Oh. And so you're mad at me for showing my appreciation, and you don't even know you never. That doesn't even make sense.
What doesn't make sense is for black.
Here you are from Africa. You came over here freely, right?
Yeah.
And you're
And
doing
I show,
and you're
and I
doing
show my
well, right?
appreciation. And I show my appreciation.
And you're
I
doing
don't
well,
go,
right?
Yeah, and I show
Well,
my
who are
appreciation.
you to tell me I can't appreciate my own country? This is
I
not
never
even your
said
country.
No. I said you.
I
you
can't
don't show
believe
your,
you.
I said you cannot show appreciation to slavery.
I can't
okay?
believe you, man. I bet you're doing well, right?
I did not say you shouldn't show your appreciation for the country. I said you don't show appreciation for slavery.
Why
okay,
not?
let me tell you this.
Why not?
Wait, the Holocaust is a bad thing.
No,
correct?
no. Why not show appreciation for slavery? It allowed me to be born in this country.
You could have been born here. You could have immigrated here if it wasn't for slavery.
I don't know that.
What? Millions of white people.
No, I don't know that.
Well, so would you rather be? Wow. If you went through slavery, then I'm telling you, you would have a completely different view, sir.
I know about slavery better than you do. I grew up on a plantation. You came here freely.
Oh, you still in the plantation?
So what?
You still in the plantation, apparently.
But you should be ashamed of yourself. You come to my country and ain't going to tell me how I should act about my country.
No, I said
that is where I can't believe you, man.
Wait, let me tell you something.
How are you going to come to my country and tell me how I should be acting about my country?
Was the Holocaust a bad thing?
That's neither here nor there.
No, I'm just asking you. I need your opinion.
I don't know. I didn't go through the Holocaust. I'm talking about the slavery thing that the black folks went through.
So which was... Okay, so if a Jew said...
Oh, so what kind of work? What type of work do you do?
Work? I'm in college.
And see there? So you came here to my country, and did you volunteer and come here, or did someone make you come?
Well, I was very little when I came here, so it wasn't...
Who brought you here?
My parents, who are citizens.
Uh-huh. Do they know? So, yeah. They know that you're going along with these black Americans who were born here? Do your parents know? Do they know what you're doing?
I'm not going along with anyone.
You sound just like them.
I don't appreciate the sins of this country.
You sound, then go back to Africa.
All right, let's go.
Hold on, man. Lord have mercy. Back in a moment. So, Asmaran, first time call out of New York, let me ask, you have heard white people talk about bringing back slavery?
Not really, no.
Then why do you say that you call me white supremacist and then you bring up the slavery thing?
I said some white supremacists want to bring back slavery. Not all white people. Most white people are not racist or white supremacists. But you kowtow to the ones that are.
Be quiet, man. You from Africa. Don't talk like that. Well, what white supremacists? What white supremacists want to bring back slavery? When have you heard that?
In the Ku Klux Klan rallies, if you go on YouTube, they say they want to bring back slavery.
Oh,
you seem to think that there was some benefits to slavery that most normal thinking people don't think so.
No, those are not normal thinking people. Let me ask: are black people? Were you raised by your father and mother?
Yes.
And as a result of that, you're having a good life?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I'm not against that.
Are you a moral man?
A moral?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if you are because you...
Don't worry about me right now. Let's just do you. Are you a moral man?
Yes.
And as a result, you're having a good life, right?
Yes.
Not all, are most black people suffering due to slavery or the destruction of the family and a lack of moral character?
I think the destruction of a family is a bad thing. I also think...
No, that's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you if it was a bad thing. I asked you, are most black people suffering due to the destruction of the family and the lack of moral character? Or
well, most black people are not suffering. Most black people are doing pretty well.
No, you're not answering my question for some reason.
But I don't accept the premise.
Right.
You said most. Not all. You said most.
Right. 70% of black babies are born out of wedlock. Is that most?
That is a bad thing.
Is that most?
I don't mean most black people. Some black people back then weren't born out of wedlock.
70% of black babies are born out of wedlock. Is that most?
That's most.
So what?
Sure. Yeah, that's most.
Why do you hate to say that? Why do you hate to tell the truth?
I don't think it's worse than slavery.
You don't think born out of wedlock is worse than slavery?
No, I don't think anything. I don't think anything is worse than slavery.
Then how do you go over to Chicago, Detroit, and other areas and ask those black people who are killing one another, who are living in their homes and afraid to come out, which is worse? All right? And it's happening about other black people.
And they'll tell you slavery, okay?
I'm going to tell your parents how you're acting, all right? Next time I see them.
All right, go ahead.
Thanks, man. Call me again.
Okay.
Let me go to Thomas out of Michigan. Thomas, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse.
Hey, Thomas.
How are you, sir?
All is well. How are you?
I'm good.
No man is good.
I'm fine. I'm wonderful. I'm terrific. How about that? So listen, I heard you say recently that White History Month is coming up.
That's right. White History Month.
Problem, and I don't have any issues with white folks celebrating history or anybody. But my thing is, I've heard you say before that we shouldn't be into our blackness and we don't need Black History Month. So is it bad for me to celebrate being black?
Come back to the phone, Thomas.
I mean, not black, but being an African.
Yeah.
My culture, my heritage, because my white friends, they celebrate being Italian or Irish, Polish. My Jewish friends, they got holidays and all that. What do I have? Why can't I celebrate my roots without being a militant or radical?
Because most black people are militants, radical, angry people. That's why they're suffering, and that's why they can't get ahead, because they're in a fallen state. Satan is their daddy. And, well, the reason I started White History Month, and by the way, July is White History Month, for those who don't know, is because they're celebrating everything else but white history. And they have Mother's Day, Father's Day, homosexual. The whole month of June is dedicated to homosexuals. Can you imagine that? And then they have Black History Month. They have Mexican history, everything but white history. And if it wasn't for white people, there would be no America. And so whenever they do mention white history or white people, it's in a negative way. And if we allow that to continue, we are going to lose America completely. We have to have some appreciation for the folks who made it possible for us to be in America.
Well, what about for the folks who built it on their backs for free labor?
No one did that.
What about my ancestors?
That didn't happen. They got paid.
We didn't get paid in slavery.
Yes, you did. That's not true.
Wait a minute. So you said we worked from slavery 250.
Well, did you work slavery? Were you enslaved?
No, I'm saying my ancestors.
When you said we, you sound like you were enslaved.
Your ancestors and mine.
No, mine didn't work slavery.
Well, you were on the plantation.
And no slave worked for free. That's a lie.
When did they get money?
They got money. They got houses. They were taken care of. They were fed. They were fed. Yeah.
Oh my God! They were fed, but they didn't get money.
They got free houses. Well, not free houses. They worked and earned for their shelter.
Oh my God, Jesse, come on. So.
Did that? Wait a minute. When you say come on, are you saying that they did not get houses?
Insanity.
They were not living in houses and things like that?
I haven't studied your history.
No, Thomas. Were the slaves living in slave quarters?
Yeah, slave quarters that were little huts.
But were they living in them?
On straw.
Thomas, were they living in them?
Yeah, they had to.
And did they have to pay for it? Wait, stay with me. Did they have to pay for it?
The reason why they didn't have to pay
Did they have to pay for it first? Yes or no?
They were forced into those.
Did they have to pay for it? Yes or no?
Yes, they paid for it with blood, sweat, and tears.
No, they paid for it with work.
Yeah, they worked for free.
Do you have to pay for living in where you live now?
Well, it's bought now. I already paid for it.
Right, and then where did you get the money to pay for it?
I used to work in corporate America. Now I own my own business.
I rest my case.
What are you resting?
That you people try to act like black people way back then were just so awful, and you want to use that today in order to try to make white people feel guilty and get
I don't
free
wanna make white
stuff
people feel guilty,
and
Jeffrey.
feel like victims. Let me ask, what does it feel like to be a male and whining and blaming just like the females? What does that feel like?
Well, let me speak for a second. Don't cut me off, please.
Answer that question. If you don't answer that question, I'm gonna cut you off. What does it feel like as a male to be whining and blaming and acting like black females toward white people? What does that feel like?
I don't know what that feels like because I don't whine about anything.
You just whine about slavery.
Hold on. Let me just say this. Don't cut me off. It seems like if someone knows their history about what white folks did in this country and how they became empowered and what happened with the blacks being enslaved, you say we're whining.
Now you're whining.
Hold on. Knowing my history.
You're whining now.
I'm saying, so knowing my history means I'm whining?
Yes. It's not your history. That's not your history. Okay, let's break that down. Lord, black people, guys. I'm sorry, white folks. I'll get to y'all in a minute. So, it's not your history. Let me ask you, Thomas, were you ever enslaved?
No, my ancestors.
So how was that your history?
Because I'm a descendant of that, just like
No, you're not.
Can I say something?
No, you were not enslaved, so it's not your history.
No, I said descendant of those people.
Why do you people all identify with all black people?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why you call it his name. You don't identify with him.
Yeah, I identify with that black Messiah. I sure do. But let me
See
say
there?
this to you.
That's what it's like.
Let me say this.
This is why you're blind and can't see.
Okay, you said you were raised on a plantation. Do you know where plantations come from? Why they had plantations?
Yeah?
From slaves, right?
No,
So
they
you
bought the land.
from a slave.
The white people bought the land and developed it into a plantation. I know black people who own plantations right now in Alabama.
Right now, I'm not saying now. I'm saying our ancestors.
Is there anything wrong with black people owning plantations?
So I'm saying,
Is there anything wrong with black people owning plantations?
At this point, no, but back then they were made for slavery.
But how about the blacks who owned plantation back then? Were they wrong then?
I don't know any.
You don't know any whites either. You don't know any whites who had plantations.
Well, history tells me.
It's not your history, Thomas. Stop being crazy.
Can I say American history?
It's not your history. It's not American history. It's those people's history. It's not your history. Stop identifying with.
Oh, God.
Are you a Christian?
I was raised as one.
Are you a Christian?
Now. Not now, sir. No.
I didn't think so.
Sir, if I was, would that make me better?
Yes, you would be a better person if you were a Christian. Because you're not a better person.
So Satan is my dad.
Satan, your daddy.
I heard you say that to that caller yesterday.
Satan, anybody that identify with someone else's history, Satan is their daddy, because you are an individual. Wow. You are not everybody. You're not everybody. You're not every black. You're you. Okay. It's just crazy. It's insane. Thank you, Thomas.
You and I are Americans. American history isn't our history.
No.
You're an American, I'm an American.
So what?
American history isn't our history?
No, it's the folks who made it, did, and now you keep it going if you had any sense.
Oh, wow. You just see things totally different than I do, but that's all
I know. That's why you're suffering.
I'm not suffering.
Yes, you are. You're suffering.
How?
In every way. Thank you, Thomas.
Can I answer the biblical question?
Yes. Are you blessed or cursed?
Totally blessed.
In what way?
I'm healthy. Never been to prison. Don't have a criminal record. I'm not on drugs or alcohol. I've been married for 26 years to the same woman. I have 2 beautiful children. One finished college. One is getting ready to go on a basketball scholarship. We own our own businesses, and we are living the American dream. Yeah, there's a lot of white folks around me, but my money is green, just like theirs.
Amazing.
Some don't. I speak to them. And
you think blacks should get more reparations?
Well, Jews, Japanese, they get reparations, but for some reason with us, they don't want to give us reparations. So.
I thought you were blessed. If you were blessed, why do you need reparations?
I didn't say
I'll rest my case.
I didn't say I needed it.
You did.
But
You
if
said,
black
why, if we
folks-
won't reparate, why should we get
I'm saying
reparated?
if there are blacks who need it, give it to them.
Would a blessed man be
wouldn't you if
talking
you
about
gave it-
our
you give it-
blacks?
I'm saying if you give it to
Would a-
Jews and Japanese people, why can't they give it to black folks?
Would a
What's the
blessed
problem with that?
would a blessed man be comparing himself to others?
Well, yeah, I'm no different than anybody else. Judge.
So you're
I'm a
not
man
blessed
like
then.
everybody else.
So you're not
My
blessed.
economic situation is a little different.
Amazing. Thomas, thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.